Welcome back to Tales of Yavard. We are a Mythcraft TTRPG podcast, and this is our first campaign, The Sea's Tale. I am Corey Griffin, and I am our Mythcrafter. With us today, we have Joey.
Hey guys, I'm Joey, and today I'm playing Ussuri Arkuni, and there is some more die.
Jesse.
Hey, I'm Jesse, and I'm playing Zephyr, Windwalker, and King.
Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam, and I'm playing Dogen Lafite and Goron Stormclaw.
And last but certainly not least, Kobe.
Hey, it's Kobe. I'm playing Led Shihan and Smith Westwood. How we doing?
On the last time of Tales of Yavard, the crew finished up their fight and then rescued and liberated the lumber camp. Stay tuned to find out what they do now. Hey guys, Badger here. Just wanted to give a shout out for our very first sponsor, Baron of Dice. Baron of Dice is your one-stop shop for premium wargaming and fantasy dice. All their dice are hand mixed with premium resin and colored dyes, then poured into a silicone mold before being laser engraved with one of many wicked symbols, and lastly finished in a matte or gloss polish to achieve a near perfect result every time. With these dice there are no balancing issues, micro bubbles, or mold lines, and I can tell you firsthand because I own several sets, that you can literally feel and hear the difference with their dice. Now whether it's war games or TTRPGs, whatever your team may be, they're ready to elevate your game.
All right. So you guys just got this information about how he normally sends out a message every morning at sunrise. At this point, I think Bodvar and Caitlin is still around. Is still kind of there with the party as it stands, and kind of conversating with you guys. I think Bodvar would look over at Ussuri and be like, "So, what's the plan, boss?"
Well, I think if he sends a message every sunrise, we don't have very much longer before we're going to miss that window. I think then we should potentially act sooner than later on moving back to town and having a discussion with Mason.
I don't know that we'll get back to town before sunrise, but I'll follow you.
I appreciate that. And I don't expect that we'll make it back before sunrise, but I can't imagine that if he just misses a call that Mason will immediately jump to the worst case scenario. He may have his suspicions, but will he just automatically assume that something is wrong, and or maybe he was tied up and just missed the window. I suppose we'll just have to play it by ear and find out.
Bodvar just nods. At the moment, Bodvar doesn't have any equipment or anything like that. But he still would raise both like fists up and be like, I'm willing to help you, boss. Whatever you need.
I appreciate that. We will let's see if we can get you in the equipment. Do Do any of the guards that were here, or perhaps, have they captured any armor or weapons, taken them from people?
I mean, they would have their whips, and I guess I could use that cat of nine tails that they were using. Not necessarily my forte, but I could use it.
I also have these throwing axes.
I would be much better if I had those in hand than with a cat.
So Ussuri would take the 2 throwing axes off his belt and hand them over to Bodvar.
I don't remember. Was Zephyr in this room?
Yes,
Okay.
both parties are both joined up here.
I also have a falchion and some brass knuckles for anybody who can use them.
Caitlin looks down at her mangled hands and is like,
Hey, come on, man. Try to be a little sensitive, alright? Fucking rude.
I mean, I apologize. I didn't mean like you specifically. I'm sure. I'm gonna stop. He's reading the room. It's not. He's not walking out of that one. Yeah.
He put down that shovel quick.
that's new. But yeah, I guess you guys can. Yeah, the hatchet's definitely going to be better for Bodvar than the cat of nine tails.
Oh, Goron has a quarterstaff, if that would work better. I don't know if that would be helpful, but...
We're just like digging through our purse, looking for something at the bottom, and fucking giving him whatever we can.
Literally, I'm like, what do I have? But I'm like, I've sold everything. I wanted money.
I had that battle axe for the longest time, but then sold it.
I really wish I had more things because I would really love to just flavor Zephyr pulling all this stuff out of his vest and handing out an arsenal of weapons to people.
Caitlin, when Goron offers up the quarterstaff, she'd be like, if you don't mind, I will take that.
Yeah, he'll hand it to her.
And she will grip it in almost an uncanny valley way with her almost mangled hands.
Stop
and
it.
She's like, and she says, it's just going to be nice to have something in my hands so I don't have to try and punch people.
Is it just one mangled hand?
Yeah.
It's one absolutely mangled hand, yes.
Okay.
Lesh. So there was like already cut down wood. I know it was cut down by body parts. So how well is like cut is the wood that was here?
It's relatively well done.
How big are each piece of wood did they cut down to?
30 feet.
Okay, how much would each one of those weigh?
Oh my god, what are you doing?
A 30-foot piece of wood.
If needed to cut them down a bit, Shiro could probably do better making quarterstaffs than he did trying to fix a wagon wheel. Or clubs. He has tools.
I mean, you're probably talking like close to 200 pounds.
Okay. I gotta pull up my spell real quick to make sure I know the full description of it. Okay. do want to do. Lesh. How do I tell how long something casts for a ritual if I'm not doing it? If it has Conjuring 1, but it's an arcane ritual, how do I tell the casting time?
10 minutes. It's whatever the normal casting time is, plus 10 minutes.
Okay.
So probably like 11 minutes. What ritual are you looking to cast?
Oh, shit. I am going to use... Well, I like the idea of having Shiro chop down in the quarterstaff for people to wield. That's cool, but Lesh is gonna go outside and you said what, 300? 200?
Yeah, roughly 200.
Okay, with that, and I'm gonna use the carrier ritual, and I'm gonna lift them in, 2 of them into my bottomless bag.
Okay. There's some shenanigans coming with that. All right.
Not now, but yes. But yeah, Lesh just goes outside and puts his book on the ground, and a few of the pages like lift out from it and wrap around the logs, and they're just like lifted up, and he opens up his bag, and 2 of them kind of pop into him, and he puts it on his waist and is like, yes, this will come in handy later. Yeah, sorry. And then he's just gonna go back inside and rejoin the conversation. But yeah, I'm gonna put in my inventory.
How much stuff do you have in your bottomless bag at the moment?
Like nothing. We pretty much emptied out. I sold everything in it except for the wands, and then the wands are now just on my person.
Okay.
So it's pretty much just the wood in there.
Okay. I am. You now have 2 30-foot pieces of lumber. I'm sure nothing will come of that.
No, definitely nothing with my now
I'm
plus
sure
12
none will.
engineering.
Oh. Why? Why does Lesh have plus 12 engineering?
He's been reading some books.
You will see.
Dude's
So,
about to make a catapult.
so if I remember correctly, you all had talked about wanting to raid 2 different places. You guys wanted to raid Piety's Mast, which is where you believe Mason's going to be, and you wanted to raid the jail.
Yes,
You wanted to raid Iron Fist Prison.
that is correct.
That being said, I would like to know, are you all going to try to go to one and then the other, or are you going to split the 2 parties back up? If you're going to split the parties up, how are you splitting the parties up?
I think with the time crunch that we do have, it makes more sense for us to split the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Have a coordinated attack for at the same time.
Because if we try to hit one at a time, whichever one we don't hit is gonna fortify up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, with that being said, as far as who goes where, Ussuri is going to Piety Mass and Larissa is going to the jail.
Okay.
If Ussuri doesn't go to Piety Mass, someone's going to be mad as fuck.
I think Zephyr would go to Piety Mast as well, and Shiro would go to the jail.
Lesh
I
is
feel
gonna
like
go
that's
to the
where Shiro
jail.
would be most effective.
Lesh is going to the jail. Okay.
Mhm.
He misses his warden.
Uh-huh. I got unfinished business there.
Yeah, I think Goron's gonna go to the jail too.
He wants his pillow back.
Oron's going to the jail?
I think so.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Lesh and Smith are so yeah, Lesh is gonna go to jail. Smith is
We are
gonna go.
sending-
Goron's shocked.
We are sending a very aggressive group to Piety Mass.
We're breaking ankles. We walk in that bitch. People are getting the fucking ankles broke. I don't care.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Kicking down doors,
I would-
hammering anchor to his forehead right as we walk in.
I would like to point out that upon hearing this information, Corey in fact got up out of his chair and walked away.
He did.
This isn't a full party split, guys. This totally isn't the full party split. We didn't just mess up. They're definitely gonna have time to get back together.
Okay, I mean, you all have the options and the choices. So, as I'm understanding it, we have Zephyr, Dogen, Smith, and Ussuri going to Piety Mass.
Uh-huh. Sounds right.
And
Very
we
aggressive. So aggressive.
and we have Larissa, Goron, Lesh, and Shiro going to the jail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, how did you think this was gonna shake out?
I honestly thought I honestly thought that I figured Shiro was going to go with Larissa wherever Larissa went. I figured Ussuri was going to Piety Mass. So I almost figured the original crew was going to go to Piety Mass.
Okay.
And the new one was going to go raid the jail.
No. You forgot. You showed a man with a whole bunch of shinies to Lesh. You can't do that to Lesh.
And then Goron, I 100% understand why Goron's going back to the jail.
Yeah.
No, like it completely makes sense why everyone is going where they're going.
That stupid little Brunei. No, I'm kidding.
We shouldn't delve too deep into it. And we actually should cut what we did because this would be a great thing to talk about on a Q&A episode. Just saying.
Yeah. Plus, Shiro's got keys.
True. Yes.
Shiro does have handcuffs.
So
Literally
Oh.
just fucking walk straight in. Be like, sup, bitches.
Well, they don't work on the doors, and we know that.
No,
True.
but his +7 sleight of hand might.
Now that you have all your gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Bodvar and Catelyn are probably going to go with Ussuri and Dogen respectfully, so they're both going to Piety Mass. Caitlyn,
Does this mean I get a pseudo follower?
I'm sorry?
Does this mean I get a pseudo follower? Like being an inquisitor?
You have an NPC that is following you around, yes.
That's not what I'm asking. I mean, it's fine if the answer is no.
I think he's asking if he gets to control the stat block.
That's exactly what I'm asking.
Oh, I'll give you the stat block.
Oh, hell yeah.
When it comes time, I'll give you the stat block. For sure. Sadly, you all don't have anything for him to use his cool shit with, but that's okay.
we can
Well,
fix it.
again, if given the time, how long do you think it would take to carve up a club?
A club's not gonna do his cool shit.
We need
Big
to change-
beefy, big beefy man needs big beefy weapon.
Yeah.
Great club. Even easier. That's less cutting.
Give me an intellect check. We'll
Would you
figure out
take
how-
wood carving?
I will take wood carving. Wood carving is what I had in mind.
Shit.
It's going to take you about 3 hours.
Oh,
Oh.
to
God.
start working on it.
Yeah, he's gonna abandon that pretty quick.
For the listeners, he rolled an 8.
Yeah. Yep.
Oof.
Carving things nicely and so that they're proportionate take a long period of time.
Yep.
Yep.
But yes, I will give you control over that stat block. That way I don't have to worry about it in the middle of that fight.
Nice. Hey, why do you assume there's going to be a fight?
Because
We're obviously just going to have a long conversation with Mason, and it's going to work out in our favor, and definitely not end in anything bad.
And that's why we brought all of the most violent people.
Because I looked at the cop. I looked at the That's why.
Because we bought the pipe hitters.
Zephyr and Ussuri are going to the same place at the same time, and we don't have Goron to temper us.
Yeah.
Smith
Yeah.
is still angry. He has a lot of anger to let out. Give him a reason. Give him an outlet, please.
I mean, look, Goron does his best, but let's be real. Alright. Zephyr and Ussuri straight up murdered a guy for some extra money.
No, that is not why we did that. Thank you. We murdered a guy out of self-preservation.
Sure.
We just got extra money out of it.
Fair, I guess. Regardless,
That was a bonus.
there is not much Goron can do to shift Ussuri's moral compass, I don't think.
You would be surprised.
But yes. So I would say after releasing all of the prisoners and like all the time you guys have spent talking and laying out your plan, saying that the raid started at 4, saying that it is 6 o'clock right now, I feel like is kind of fair.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is when the sun starts to rise. You guys also have a 4-hour trek back to Mayev.
Let's hope he's not the most reliable guy they got going on there.
Sorry, I want to keep it kosher. I was reading Carrier again. I can do what I was doing. I just have to do it slightly differently. I would have had to animate my bedroll to lift up the logs into my thing.
Okay.
Same thing. They just had, it had to be 10-foot square, but they can lift the same amount of weight. So a bedroll instead lifts the thing. And also after that, Lesh then sits on the bedroll and is now sitting on that, and it's floating along the way.
Okay.
I love it.
These motherfuckers won't carry me. I'll carry myself. God damn it.
You made a
It's your flying
magic
dick.
bedroll.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys start heading back to Mayev. Now, I guess a question I have for you all is, are you leading an army back to Mayev? Or is everyone coming back? Or are you going to try and convince them to stay here?
I mean, I suppose they're free to do whatever they'd like.
Staying here would be dicey because as soon as the forces show up, like to see what's going on, it's gonna get real bad real quick.
Now, how many of these people that are here are like legitimate criminals? Like, and I'm not talking like white crime criminals. I'm talking like murderers and the like.
I'm not talking tax fraud. I'm talking first degree murder.
I have a question to kind of respond back. If Ussuri had control over a city and could look at every murderer and be like, you work for me now, would he have any problems recruiting every murderer in his hometown?
I think murderers would be in jail.
Okay.
I think the people that I would send to the lumber yard would be people who owe things and can't pay them.
Mm-hmm.
Would be people who got caught stealing, people who are like getting into the mind of Mason, people who are either Arconis or have no family because they're outcast, or are Tormores would be here. But I don't know that I would put like actual like criminals at the lumber camp.
See, and that was kind of the same vibe I was getting. I just was curious if you also got the same vibe.
Yeah.
So I think most of the people that are here are the political malcontents, the Arconis, and the Tomores.
Okay, so Ussuri would be okay with sending these people back to the city then. Because Ussuri is not just going to let a bunch of like murderers and, you know, the bad of the like freely into the city.
Right.
He's not going to unleash Arkham's Asylum on Gotham, you know.
Right. But yeah. So that's my thought process. Is Ussuri wouldn't allow, and I'm sure he would ask Bodvar about that before making that decision.
If you look at Bodvar and you say, "Are there any murderers here?" Bodvar's just going to look down at himself for a moment, and then look at you, and he'll be like, "There's a few, but nothing like crazy murderers." Like,
Out of all the people that you've had interactions with here, would you be uncomfortable letting any of them be in the city alone?
he looks at Shiro for a moment, and then he just says, "No. The people that were here are here because Mason did not like us."
And why would he be uncomfortable having Shiro alone in the city?
He just watched you like jump onto a man multiple times and knock him down.
He gets knocked down,
know,
and he gets up again.
Oh, by the way, just in case when shit goes down with the carrier spell, you have to give me its stats because it acts after me in combat. It has DT 5 and DR plus 5 to psionic and occult, or DR except for I don't know how. What did the DR
Weird.
slash mean again?
Damage reduction.
And
Like
so yeah,
DR2 means that you take -2 damage to any incoming damage.
so it's DR 5 to psionic then.
So that means psionic bypasses the DR.
Okay, so yeah, so psionic cult will do more damage to people. Bedroll.
Do you have like a fucking Emu magic carpet?
Don't hate on Lesh.
Here's the thing that I'm going to enjoy. We'll get into it. Don't worry.
I don't actually expect to use it in combat, but
I don't think anything's gonna happen during combat. But anyway,
Just make sure you keep track of the duration.
stop letting my thing slip that I didn't say.
I already knew that. Lesh pays attention to this one.
Right. Lesh might, but will Kobe? And that's
It's
the
okay.
question.
It's okay. I paid my rent.
He says, we even Falcom Norman is here, and he was the mayor. Well, he was the person that ran against Mason to become mayor.
Oh, perhaps we should introduce ourselves to him. What do you think of him as a political figure?
He's about as far the opposite from Mason as you could get.
Perhaps we keep him in mind. I have a feeling the conversation we have with Mason will leave a opportunity for a new political head of the city.
I mean, do you want to meet him?
I suppose now is a better time than any.
So he would lead you over to what could only be described as possibly the smallest Katak any of you have ever seen, with the biggest stomach.
I already don't like him.
Hey, waitest.
And as he looks up at you all, he says, "Why, hello there. How can I help you?" Well, no, not how can I help you. You've helped me quite a bit right now. So one, thank you very much for all of your assistance that you've given me at the moment. How can I repay that assistance?
Our business on this island does not stop with liberating this lumber camp. We additionally are on our way to Piety Mass to have a conversation with Mason. And I'm sure, as well as you know, he will not take this lightly. And knowing him, I have a suspicion that once our conversation is over, there will be a need for a new leader. Bodvar here has said that you ran against Mason as for the position of mayor.
Yes, I did.
So my question to you, what would you do with this city if you were the mayor?
You see him start to... You see this, like, Katak start to, like, scratch at, like, the side of his chin for a moment as he thinks over it. And then he will answer, one, I would like to reestablish the trade that we had at some point to attempt to lower the cost of everything that's happening in Mayev at the moment. I understand that Mason made bad decisions while he was in power, and I would look to overturn those decisions. After that, I would definitely do my best to assist the people that were hit the hardest by Mason's decisions. Everyone that was here in this lumber camp lost everything to him. And I'd like to see them all get it back.
Are you familiar with the Gretchlings?
Thank God I didn't want to talk in code. Yes, I want to open up relations back with the Gretchlings so that we can get our flowers back, so that we can actually have an outport here again.
Well, he's got my vote.
Sounds good to me.
Not that I think this is gonna do anything.
I
but-
think Smith though would be Retchlands. What we What Gretchen's we talking about?
Oh, great! I should have continued talking in code.
No, I'm just the only Gretchens I know of are ones that eat magical artifacts, so I don't really know how that would be of handy and helpful. But I've only ever dealt with ones that are usually on the way to becoming the something more evil. So, what is the Gretchens we're dealing with?
It was exactly as you said. That are on this island. Ussuri would like to roll intuiting, if possible, on the mayor.
Yeah.
He's just basically he's trying to get a vibe check. He wants to see if he's just a political figure, spewing words, or if he actually means what he says.
All right. So with those intuiting rolls, especially Shiro's,
I crit.
so we have an 18, a 28, and a 10. You could tell during that conversation he was trying not to say to open up relations with Gretchlings until you did. But he does mean what he says. He wants to give the people that are here that lost everything back what they had. He would like to try and fix what's wrong in Mayev at the moment. For the most part, he is being absolutely truthful. Yeah, he was dancing around the words a little bit, but almost exclusively when he was talking about the Gretchlings.
I would ask that you be available for when we finish our conversation with Mason. I believe we are going to lean on you to fill what I believe will become an inevitable power vacuum. You have a... I can tell that you aren't just mincing words. You are not just saying the things that we'd like to hear, despite not knowing what we'd like to hear. And I can appreciate that. So with that being said, be available when we are done.
I am definitely going to do my best to be available while you are done. I'm probably going to disappear as soon as we get back to Mayev, because I really don't want to get caught again.
Oh, very understandable. As long as we know where we can find you.
Perhaps you and some of these prisoners could, perhaps they could help you.
Help with what? I'm sorry?
Perhaps they could help you stay hidden. They seem to be the seedier types. They may have places they can go.
I can only hope that they'll be able to assist me in this endeavor. I could also try and see. I don't know. I haven't seen Mother Lapis, so I could probably go to her, and she would probably hide me for a couple days. Or Mother Jade, either one.
Who are these people? Would he know who these people are?
Yes, Shiro would know both of them. Mother Jade is the person who runs the apothecary, the sickly flower.
Oh, okay.
Here's the one
Zephyr
who
knows
I
too.
thought that name sounded familiar, but I was like, every time I hear it, I forget why it sounds familiar.
Everything, but yeah, she's the one who asked us to get the flowers. And the
Oh yes, I have to get to the flowers from the Gretchens anyway, so.
And Shiro would know that Mother Lapis is her sister who runs Not Lost.
Okay.
Which is which is a craft store, like a craft goods store.
Yes, those are
He runs a Joanne.
very, very helpful. Yeah. Well, either way, you should definitely keep some extra muscle around, just in case.
Definitely. Now, is there anything else that you all would like my assistance with?
But it's not. No, it's fine. We don't need to talk about that now. But when you come to power, just know that we do own some land here, and we have the deed and all. So we might need you to sign that, by the way, just for future sakes.
Okay.
And I would assume that with the help, you wouldn't ask how we acquired land.
I am doing my absolute best not to.
Exactly. We're good. Then let's get us this show on the road, guys. My friends, we ready?
I suppose we're as ready as we're going to be.
Hey.
Were there any like carts or any like horse-drawn carriages or anything like that here?
I feel
There
like
were-
you said- yeah, there was a couple.
There were carts, yes, but they were not horse-drawn.
They were people drawn.
They were people-drawn.
Ussuri Smith, get up there.
Okay. So here's my next question with that. What did we do with the horses that we brought here? Because they didn't go in the hole.
No, they definitely didn't.
We just kind of got off the horses and then like walked up and then made a hideout and then didn't acknowledge the horses again.
We stored them in the demi-plane of forgottenness.
Yep.
I'm assuming you guys probably tied them up a good bit away from the camp so
I
that
imagine Goron would have talked to them and asked them to just stay nearby.
so you would be, some of you would be able to get back on your 2 horses depending on.
Can we rig up one of the carriages with the 2 horses for anybody who's severely injured and can't move that well?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Okay. Ussuri would want to do that because, one, he doesn't need people like holding them back. So, like, if anybody has, leg injuries or, if they can't keep up, then he would ask that they ride in the cart.
Okay.
This way, too, we can also theoretically get any players to be able to rest or
I will take a recoup for any of the players that would like a recoup.
Ooh.
Doesn't help me much.
Think I might get on back on YouTube.
I don't think that helps me much either.
Shiro needs it.
If you're bloodied, if you're below bloodied, you can get some health back.
Yeah.
God dang, I didn't realize his health was that low. I forgot he got hit that hard.
Yeah, because
I was gonna say, the only one I really hit hard was Shiro.
Yeah.
Lesh is real low too.
Dogen's
I mean-
a little above half, and Goron's right above half.
So what? I can gain up to a quarter of my health if I'm below.
Yes, but you cannot go above half.
Okay, so I'm back up to half
Let's see.
on both characters.
Fundamental recovery.
Goron
Shiro
could
is
be
up to
fine.
12.
Okay.
So if my HP is 52, it's 20. Yeah, that's 26. Math.
Yep.
Jesus.
You can get 13 back.
All right, cool. So Larissa is going to use Fundamental Recovery 2 to regain 2d4 SP because she is not regaining any HP.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah! 2 4s, baby. Let's go.
Right on, my guy.
That is nice. Like, damn.
So back up to 24.
Hey, that's nice. I love the fundamental recovery.
I'm debating if I want to have Zephyr get some SP back by taking a bunch of damage or not. I can always wait and do that if he needs it.
How much does the fundamental potion give in SP?
That is the actual potion of the fundamental, right?
Yeah, I think so. I have 1.
It'd be 1d8 plus 4 spell point.
Gonna be an 8. Gonna be an 8. Gonna be an 8. Gonna be an
I-
8.
Close.
Close enough.
Close enough indeed. I got 11 back.
I mean, y'all are rolling real well for these recovery stuff.
38 out of 40 SP, but hit points are not looking great. And I don't have a good way to build them back up. I'm not going to sit here dumping a d6 over and over.
Yeah. Smith don't got the healing divine magic really just yet, and I busted all the SP I would do for the 1 healing spell I have.
Do we still have potions and stuff?
Goron's tapped out.
I'm tapped out.
Dogen
I'm
has
pretty
that
sure I'm all tapped out.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if you guys have them, they would be in your character sheet. At this point, I do not keep track of any of y'all's inventory.
potion. No, you're good. I've been keeping track of them.
All right. You all set out on your quest to return. I just need, like, one thing from y'all.
No.
What's up with
No.
Uh,
No.
D6.
I'm not doing it. I'm not
Let me do it.
doing
Let me do it. Let me do it.
I'm
let
not
me
doing
do
it.
Oh,
All right. No, roll off, Jesse. Roll D20
Roll up.
right now.
D20? Alright.
Let's see who gets it.
Let's go rollies.
Ah,
Well, it ain't
fuck.
Kobe.
Oh,
You had the best odds, Jesse. Okay,
I
so
know.
in this roll off, we have Kobe's first roll started as a 3. The
then I
odds
crit
are
failed.
in Jesse's favor, and he nat 1s. Kobe, give us 2d6.
That's such a bad omen that the 2 people who wanted to roll it roll that bad.
Let's get them trees again, dude.
4 and a 1. I feel like that's an encounter and the worst one.
Let's see those trees.
If the trees come back, I'm gonna cry.
Let's get them tree ants coming back.
It is. There are Borans, not ants.
Legally distinct.
However, honestly, I just wanted to know what the weather was going to be like as you all travel.
Hey, speaking of, predict weather.
It's gonna hail.
Speaking of, control weather.
No, it's not.
Okay.
bright sunshiny sky. So how far down do we actually split? Or there's going to be some bullshit before the actually teams can make it to a point where they would split?
There is not going to be any bullshit before the teams split apart. Well, other than the hail, which got pushed back an hour, but is still going to happen. Or are you going to continue to cast that on your way through?
I had already used 2 of my rituals, and I believe I only have 2 more that I can use.
How does that whole ritual thing work?
Let me double check. Let me make sure that I can be.
I never understood how many rituals you. How do you know how many rituals you can do in a day?
It's based on your primal tier.
Is that for just straight primal, or is it different for each type of magic?
I believe psionic
magic's
is the
different.
same. Occult, their rituals all say when you can do them, but I think psionic is based on your tier.
You can only do one a day for arcane rituals.
But you can do one a day for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do one a day for free,
Okay.
and you can for arcane.
No,
You
that's
do-
specifically for arcane though. It's different
And then
for
you
other
can-
spells.
And then you can spend SP to do them again. Where things like the primal, they get more times that they can do their rituals,
But they can only do them with.
but they can't do them more than that at the cost of SP.
Yeah.
It's gonna
They
take
have
me a
to have-
full year to get my pseudo magic carpet then, because it only lasts an hour. I have to wait for the ability to become permanent. Fuck.
But yes, I can do 4 rituals at the moment, so I'm trying to tier 4 now.
That was a conversation a couple episodes ago.
That was last episode because I just heard it today, and that's what reminded me.
And that was an episode before this one. A few episodes before this one's going to come out.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, so yeah, are you gonna burn 2 of your rituals to stop the hail?
Yes. I know it only lasts an hour,
Mm-hmm.
but if I fuck up the weather enough, would that have longer lasting effects after the time wears off as it readjusts?
There are lots of effects happening throughout the world that are happening because of this weather control that's happening. Things getting pushed back, seasons coming late, all those fun.
Awesome. That's exactly Zephyr's style. Fuck up the world.
So it's in essence you're pushing it back for the timeline.
Okay.
So you're just gonna get rain instead of hail, since it will be warmer by the time it would come through.
So he's not just going to make it warmer, he's also going to suppress any precipitation.
Right. No, what I'm saying is like you push it back, you make it warmer. You push it back, you make
okay.
it warmer.
Okay. And then
It would
whenever- yeah.
by the time it would come through, it would be 2 hours after the original time it was coming through. It would be warmer in general. So it's just coming through as rain.
I got to ask, what's the current temperature?
What are you doing right now, man?
Currently,
I'm
What are
just
you doing?
curious.
We got
currently it's probably like
What's the
it's-
humidity level?
you probably look at like 70 degrees.
On a scale of Houston to Denver, what are we
'cause
looking
honestly,
at?
I'm doing this
No,
for 2
you
hours.
stay at 70, but does
But
it
what
feel
the-
like 70?
Yeah,
Over
what's
the
it feel like
course
with
of
wind
2
chill?
So over the course of 2 hours, I could jack up the temperature by 80 degrees.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I'm not
though?
saying I would. I'm saying
All
I
these
could.
people having to walk
Zuma.
in 150 degree weather.
No, people wouldn't be walking in 150 degree weather.
would be
People would be
dead.
dying.
Wait till we get to town and just drop that, and then we'll all just die together.
Well, so what's great is it has a range of sight. And it only occurs for a half mile. Oh, no, wait. No. This one's a half-mile radius around me. Dang it. I can't just pop that one over on that town over there and smite it.
Oh, good lord.
Thank God.
But you could go into Piety Mass and just become a Nova bomb.
I need to take some more lineage features to make me resist extreme weather.
Or everybody within a half-mile radius.
Just turn into the Buddhist monk who lit himself on fire in protest back in like the 60s or 70s or whenever
Yeah.
it was.
Except
Alright.
I
moving on.
did it
moving
to
right
the
along.
whole city.
We're done
Alright.
with that conversation.
We reeling it back.
Circling back.
You-
I'm not doing that.
You all are going to be able to make it to the walls. Like I said, toward the end there's a little bit of rain, but not much. I feel like I want to know what this infiltration looks like a little bit. Like, are all of you just walking through the gates with this line of people that have been arrested and sent to the lumberyard? Like, what is this gonna look like for you all?
Well, I know in that amount of time, that would give Zephyr time to switch Smudge from crab to bird.
Yeah.
And now that it's sized medium due to my last level up, Shiro could ride it and scout things out. See what it's kind of looking like as we're getting there.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I have one use left of my summon character. I could always drop an ant under and dig a hole.
Lesh went to the prison though, right?
Well, this is just us getting to the town.
Yeah, because aren't they both in the
The
town?
prison is in the town.
Oh, okay. My bad then. My bad.
Yeah, we're
Um,
trying to sneak back into the town as a group, and then I'm assuming we're gonna split off once we get into town to our both ways.
Okay. My mistake.
So if I the only thing that I don't know if there's dirt on the other side. So if it's stone, which we could do, we could use the knockers wherever the tunnel ends up on the other side and just put a hole into it. But that could be a way to sneak in. If we wanted to do that.
We'll be talking about my knockers like that.
I can talk about your knockers how I want.
Sorry, I was looking for something.
But if anybody had any other options, that's how hard would it be to build for Shiro and Lesh to get his brother and build a ladder out of this wood I got? You just climb the wall.
Again, wood carving is not a fast thing.
It's not.
Yeah, I mean, unless we want to try to just sneak in and just like Savoir Fairway in, I think. But that's just because.
Okay, my original question, I'm going to rephrase my original question. Are you guys going to go as your party plus your constituents? So, like, as the parties go in and then split up? Or are you bringing everyone from the lumberyard inside? Or are you leaving them outside to figure out their own way in?
I wouldn't just leave them to it, but I definitely don't think a multitude of people moving in at one point is going to be easy to do without being unseen. I would say kind of like everybody starts filtering in their own directions.
Right, and I mean, there are... From this direction, if you guys circled around a little bit, there are like 7 gates that you all could come in through. All right. There are 3 to the north, 1 to the northeast, 1 to the kind of southeast. That's going to be a lot of circling because that's literally the opposite direction of where you guys are coming from. 1 to the northwest, and then 1 to the southwest that you all could go into. So I think if you all wanted to kind of break up into different parties and then go in, that's simple enough to do. That's not going to be a problem.
I think that's what we would do is we'd split it up to get in more easily and then reconnect as needed.
Makes sense to me.
Well, and I mean, who's to say that we can't split the party as needed? One go in one gate, one go in the other, and then we just break up the masses to go into different gates.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So like, we don't have to each PC leads a group into a gate. I'm saying 4 go in one, 4 go in the other, and
Yeah,
then
the people
we'll just the people can divide themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, probably not surprising anyone, Iron Fist Prison is located between 2 of the gates. The gates that are on the northeast and southeast side of Mayev. And Piety Mast is also... God, I did not think about this when I designed the city. Anyway, located between 2 different gates, one of them being the northeast gate and one of them being one of the 3 gates to the north. So I think right here is a good spot to split the party and the 2 groups group up and go where they're going to go. My question that I have for you all is there any is there anything any character has that they want to say to another one before they split up?
Yeah. When I see we're kind of splitting up, Smith would realize that Larissa is going to be going a different way, and Smith would walk up, put a hand on her shoulder. You did pretty good in that fight there, little lady. It seems that Payas are going to be a little separate here for a while. I wish you luck on your travels, and I look forward to seeing you again. I hope this isn't the last time. We still got a lot to talk about. Still got to show you about the order as well.
Fuck, I don't know what to say. Shit.
Nothing. Just leave him.
You know, honestly, I think she just kind of half-heartedly punches you on the breastplate, and she just half-heartedly punches you on the breastplate and then just says, "I expect you to teach me about the order. So make sure you don't do anything stupid like dying."
I was gonna say, I seem to be doing stupid things quite often, but I won't be doing any dying anytime soon. I can promise you that. Do the same for yourself.
Don't worry, I have my friends and the rest of the party, so we should be fine.
And then I would like to Smith would reach into his pocket and take out the small wooden bird he has and hand it over. This is I just always use this to help me judge in card games, but I think it's good, have something to remember each other. Here's this. It means a lot to me. It's one of the first things I ever stole.
I'll make sure to take good care of it. As
Take
for
care of
my
yourself.
token to you, have this. I don't know if you can do anything with it, or if it will do anything, but maybe it will come in handy. And she will give him the puppet of Mason Larco that he got from the witch in the orphanage.
Oh, this is quite this is quite interesting, little lady. Thank you though. I'll take good care of it. and he's gonna like put it right into his armor. He's gonna like tuck it into some like a slot in his armor to keep it close to his heart.
Honestly, you may not want to just take care of it. It's a puppet of Mason Largo that I took from the witch in the orphanage. So knowing that, and knowing what she was, you may be able to use that against him.
I'll have the hound take a sniff. But it seems like I know we don't got much time, so he's gonna
Hey, let's get
like,
fucking on with it, please.
hey,
Larissa shoots Dogen daggers.
Look,
If looks could kill.
alright, we gotta do shit.
Also, I'm pretty sure Caitlyn would like fucking punch you with her bad
No,
hands.
absolutely, absolutely.
I was
Shut the
gonna
fuck
say,
up, Dogen.
I believe that there's a. I don't even think she uses the hand, right? It's just the full-on quarterstaff, slight tap to the back of the head, just like smack. Now, what was that for, huh?
why this is happening, Les definitely leans over to Zephyr and's like, I totally ship it.
You fucking start now.
Look, you're being rude.
Ship,
Let them
ship
say
what?
the things.
What
Yeah.
are you shipping? I don't understand.
I'll explain
He's
it.
not reading the room.
I'll explain it later. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, Goron, but before we split up, did you see? I learned new primal magic. Did you see it?
Zephyr, my friend, I don't think learned is the right word. For the way you use primal magic. It was very impressive, but learning implies a sort of intentional building of understanding. You just do it.
Yeah, but could you tell me? I don't know what that spell was called. It was new. I've never done it before. Did you see it? When I made that guy not do anything?
Yes.
Lesh is fully laughing, like out loud, leaning on Ussuri, laughing, like.
Goron looks conflicted for a minute, and then just puts a hand on Zephyr's shoulder. Just be safe.
You as well, my friend. Both of you, be safe.
I think before we disperse, Ussuri, who just was kind of looking around the group, seeing everybody, laugh and giggle and joke around with each other, see the blossoms of what may be a future relationship. He's gonna unsling the anchor. He's gonna set it on the ground and use it, kind of like you've seen him do it before, where he has his hands on top of the anchor, the bottom is like leaning on it, kind of thing. My friends, it is the moments like these that we need to cherish, as we have blossomed new friendships. We can joke around with each other, reinforce old friendships. It makes me happy to see what we have here. And I want you to know I appreciate every single one of you. Those who have been with me for months now, those who have been with me for days now, I appreciate all of you. And I want you to know that we all need to come back, because I want these friendships to continue. I want to see what the future holds for all of us together. So be safe. watch each other's backs, and come home.
And I think on that lovely message, I think that's where we're going to end this episode. Thank you all for listening to episode 49. We hope you enjoyed listening, and we would love it if you let us know. Catch us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, and maybe still TikTok under Tales of Yavard podcast. Links to the link tree are in the episode description. If you really enjoyed the episode, give us a rating on whichever podcatcher you use, tell your friends, and spread the word.